Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa, and let's talk about Season 2 placement matches and then the ranks that you get after those games and why they're not really representative of your skill. Not yet, anyway. Okay, so this is where I placed. So I won 2 games, then I got a defeat, then I got a victory, then I got a defeat, 2 more wins, a draw, and then I think I got a win and a defeat, but I didn't actually take a screenshot then because I'm an idiot. So what this meant is I came out of the placement games with this rank. This is 2,928 diamond, not diamond, almost diamond. It's platinum. So 3,000 is diamond. This is high platinum. Honestly, this is what I wanted. I wanted to try and calibrate into low diamond because I think that's probably where I should be, and then I can work forward through that. So I was happy with this. That's fine. This is where I am right now. I'm 2,943. So you can see, this is my current season high, that I've actually managed to increase my rank slightly, and I'm getting very close to breaking into diamond. Now, let's just talk about why that maybe this isn't representative of me, and also it might not be representative of whatever rank you guys have got, because luck is a major factor. In fact, let me just throw a disclaimer out there. Luck is only not a factor if you're playing in a 6-man stack. In that case, it is all on your team. You don't have to depend on other people actually playing their roles correctly or doing things that they need to be doing. Now, when I did my placement games, I did them in solo queue, I did duo queue, I did triple queue, and then I did a 5-man stack. The 5-man stack, I think, was the draw game, but all the other games, it was like a mixed bag, right? Now, you would have players of every kind of different skill level. This is because at the start, when you're unranked, it's just throwing everybody together. There's like an MMR reset, which means that you've got no matchmaking rank, basically. Everyone goes together. You start winning your games, you start losing your games, and it sort of tries to work out based on your performance in the game and if you've won or lost. So it depends more on the medals that you pick up in the game, but then that depends on the type of characters that you play. Now, I played a whole host of characters. I played McCree, I played Zarya, I played Lucio, Anna, a lot of different characters during my placement games because I like to be flexible. Now, I think if you just solely played somebody like McCree and you were getting highest damage, highest eliminations, maybe highest objective kills, you could potentially get objective time as well. That's a lot of gold medals, so it's going to calibrate you quite high. Now, when I looked at the Overbuff, which is a website, Overbuff, I think it's .net or .com, which shows you Overwatch statistics of the highest players just after placement. Unfortunately, I didn't take a screenshot of this at the time, so I'm just going off memory. It was pretty much predominantly pro gamers who play DPS, and a lot of them were McCree or Reaper or something like that. It put them into like 3,600, and that was kind of like where they placed. Now, some of them have gone on from that because obviously they're pro gamers, and they're moving up into 4,000, which is Grandmaster. However, most of them have dropped down to like 3,300. The ones that did calibrate at like 3,600 are dropping down into the lower 3,000s. Now, why is this the case? And why could it also be the case that you have calibrated much lower than you should be? This is because the game doesn't actually know what your rank is right now, and it's all over the place. There will be extremes to this. There will be people who have placed really high because they've had like 10 amazing games. Like, imagine me. If I had like 10 games where I played out of my skin, got all the gold medals, we won absolutely every single game, it put me at like 3,500 or something, and I'm straight into master rank. Should I be there? Probably not, because I need to work on my game. After like maybe 100 or 200 games, if like now from Platinum I get into Masters, then I've earned it. But after 10 games, I've not earned that. That's just been given to me. That's because I've been lucky. That's because my teammates have been good. That's because I've played crazy good. But what happens if it was the other way around? What happens if I lost all of my games? I had levers. In fact, right, oh my god, I had this May player. I can't believe this actually happened. This May player would stop and would type on the keyboard and explain what's going on. Would run forward, stop, and then start typing again. And you could almost see this happening in like real time. Like stop, type, stop. I'm like, what is going on? Why hasn't this person got a microphone? Like, I don't know who that person is, but obviously it's not a very good player if that's what it's going to do during the game. And that was in one of my placement games that I lost on Temple of Anubis, which was quite annoying. It's like, what are they doing? That kind of thing. Imagine if I had that every single game, and then I got placed really low, like into silver maybe, or something like that, or, bronze. Then I need to try and work out of that. But that's going to be quite difficult for me. But I should be able to carry at that point up to a certain rank. Now, what the problem is with these ranks is you've got people who are platinum who shouldn't be platinum. You've got people who are diamond who shouldn't be diamond. When I play in solo queue, duo queue, or triple queue, or even like as a 4-man. I've never played as a 6-man stack at the moment. I've played a lot of games as a 4-man and a 3-man. I'll get placed with people who are masters, who are grandmasters, who are top 500 from season 1, and it's like such a mixed bag of skill. Like, you've got really good players, and you've got players who are not so good, and then you've got players who really shouldn't be in the Masters tier. And even players that will admit this in the chat, and I'll say, I don't know why I'm Masters, I really shouldn't be here, and things like that. Now, I'm not saying go out there and say that, like, oh my god, I haven't earned this rank. Because, in a way, whatever rank you've got, you have earned that rank. If you've placed in Masters or whatever, you've earned that rank. You've done well in the placement games, and the game has given you that rank. This is why the placement games are so... they're really intensive. Like, when I was doing my placement games, I was really try-harding, like super hard. And I was tilting, I was starting to get triggered, I was getting salty to myself, and I'm like, what? I mean, like that May, I was like, May, what are you doing? Oh my god. And it was getting really, really intensive. Now that we're actually through that phase and we're into just playing competitive, yeah, it's still competitive. This is always going to be the way I enjoy Overwatch. I like playing competitive games. You guys have listened to me say this time and time again, but I used to play football at pretty much a professional level when I was younger, before I got ill and unfortunately had to give it up. But I am really competitive like that, and I really like doing that. But I also want to respect people. Like, I'm not going to go out there and say, I'm better than you, you're terrible, and all that. I'm never going to say that. But when it comes to Overwatch in the placement games, after 10 games, it is not a representation of your skill level. It just isn't. Like, you need to keep playing games for it to even out. I mean, I've been playing with pretty much, well, like, when I play, if I play solo queue, it'll put me with a full diamond team. This is because I'm pretty much almost diamond, right? There might be one other platinum on the enemy team, there might be one other platinum on my team, but it'll be diamond. Then sometimes you'll see masters in there, and then potentially grandmasters. That's probably because grandmaster players, you know, they're few and far between, so they're obviously, they have to sort of at least think it's grandmasters. You know what, I might be getting confused with masters, which actually is another thing. The platinum icon looks like the silver icon, so you do get confusion with that, like, oh, why is a silver player in this game? And it's like, hang on, the silver player is platinum and is almost diamond, so even I'm getting confused. But all I wanted to say in this video, guys, is don't worry about your rank at the moment. Just keep playing games. Try and be flexible as well during your games. Don't go in and be like, right, I'm just going to play this character. All I'm going to do is play McCree. And then you realise you've got no tank. Maybe you should play Reinhardt in that case. Or, you know, you've got no support. Or maybe only one support. A lot of the time, you most likely want 2 supports. I mean, I'll just give you like a basic team build that you should probably be trying to aim towards. And this will really help you win games. You want a tank and an off-tank, so you want like maybe a Reinhardt and a Zarya. You probably always want a Zarya in your team. Then you want 2 supports. Now, the supports can be quite flexible. You could have a Lucio and a Mercy. You could have a Lucio and an Anna and a Mercy. So you could kind of go like that. Sometimes you could throw a Symmetra in maybe and stuff like that. But a lot of the time you want generally 2 supports. So if you see a team that has got 1 tank and 5 DPS, maybe if you're not the tank, then change to like a Lucio or a Mercy to try and help the team, because that will give you more chance of winning. Alright guys, I've been Stylosa. You know what? No, I'm not ending the video right now. I want to know what you guys, I want to know what your experience has been so far in Season 2. Because it has been quite stressful for me, and I'm not sure whether I should be coming at it from that kind of thing. Like, I've been so close to getting into Diamond, and then I'll lose games and I'll drop down, and it's like, oh my god, you know, I feel like I'm losing games because it's not me. But then is that me being like, I don't know, elitist? I don't know. This is really, it's really driving me quite mad. I think I'm getting some sort of like shell shock from Overwatch placement shell shock, and then the result in games in competitive right after that, which are just, so, I mean, like, oh my god, they're all over the place. Oh lord. Right, so let me know what you guys have experienced. In fact, let me know where you've placed. And let me know how your games have been going on following those that placement rank. Now, obviously, whatever tier you place into, you'll never drop below that tier. So, like, I'll always be platinum if I lose every other game ever in this season. Hopefully, I won't, because that would probably make me uninstall Overwatch. So, you know, do remember that. All right, guys. I'm going to go away, and I'm going to chill by playing more Overwatch competitive. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost, and this has been quite a frank discussion about the Overwatch placement rank sort of fallacy, because whatever rank you come out of that with, it's probably not the rank that you should be at the moment, and we need to wait for more people to get ranked, more people to play more games, for the system to calibrate and then settle into a good rhythm where you will always get good games all of the time instead of really, really bad games. But do remember, the matchmaking system cannot be perfect, because, you know, even a Grandmaster player will have a bad game, and when they have a bad game, that might result in that team losing, because Overwatch is such a team-centric game. Alright guys, I've been Stylosa, so you can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming, and I will catch you next time. Toodaloo.